I ended up realizing this. Some of the topics that even we were talking before about like doing these habits and routines and stuff is like from detoxing, like when I did my phone detox or semen retention and all these things. Is I've noticed it's like a because you don't have this type of love, or at least I didn't have this love that I wanted. All these things like watching Netflix or like just doing things for like momentary happiness, it becomes like an addiction in a way because you're running away from these feelings.
Yeah.
And that's what I kind of noticed. I'm like, okay, this is not good because I cannot go back into this old type of way of living, spending a lot of time in this, well, not in this world, in this reality right in front of you, but like kind of distracting yourself from what's happening in you, outside of you, and all these things. So yeah, and then we.
I think that's a good point, because in San Marcos and when you're traveling, there's like so much more connection to the true self, because there's so much less distractions. And it's like, so like we were discussing it, I had the same fear of coming back to Europe. But you went to Switzerland because you live there, right?
Yeah.
I just want to make it clear. And but yeah, it's this question, like, how do you stay connected to yourself in this society when there's so much going on and work going on, and like there's not so much connection with other people anymore? Like how do you real connection? I'm not talking about like social media or like you know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So that was what I was trying to figure out, and I did a small trip to Barcelona or Spain for and went to Valencia to do like another 3-4 day retreat where I'm like, okay, let me just kind of feel that feeling again and kind of maybe go from that feeling back into it, which kind of helped and worked. But I realized like, it's hard when you have people with old beliefs that you had similar beliefs before like them around you, because then it becomes easy to fall into that. It is like the same as you're smoking a cigarette or something, and then you have friends that smoke cigarettes and you quit maybe, but then because friends are smoking, you're around it all the time, and then you're like, okay, when you're drinking maybe something, you're like, okay, let me just get that cigarette, because today I feel a little bit of tipsy and I will have that cigarette. And these are like things, if you surround yourself with the old behavioral patterns that you had with people, you kind of sometimes drop into it. So then I was like, okay, I gotta leave, I gotta do something where I can understand what's going on. And that's one of the reasons I was also in Tallinn. Like I reached out to you, and we made it happen. And Tallinn has been really, really like big on like this teaching, like of learning and now integrating back into society and understanding, okay, where am I going? What am I doing? And yeah, that's been very helpful.
Well, that's so cool. Like, tell me more about it. Well, you've been in Tallinn now for 2 months.
2 months. Yeah. Today is the 16th, right? 2 months on the dot. I came on the 16th of August.
Wow.
2 months on the dot, yeah.